Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Love and Lore podcast. I'm here with a special guest who is my father. You say hi, father.
Hi to everybody. I'm Alan, Sophie's dad.
and we're filming this today because I wanted to do something for his birthday, which is coming up soon. And as we're doing this, it's not his birthday yet, but it's coming next week. So I'm posting this on his birthday. So everyone, please wish him a happy birthday. And this episode will be dedicated to him. And also, my mom is here. She's in the background. She's here for moral support. I'm gonna give the mic to her.
Hi.
That is my mother. Today, I'm going to be asking my dad a bunch of questions about his life in the Philippines and fatherhood and coming to Canada and working and all that fun stuff. Are you ready, Dad?
Yes, I'm ready.
Before we start, let's just introduce yourself first. So, say your name, your whatever you want to say, and then some fun facts about yourself.
Hi, I'm I'm Sophie's dad. My name is Alan. Um, I'm a civil engineer back home. I used to play basketball when I was young, and eventually I switched to playing golf. And I love to watch golf tournament on television, of course. And I do play golf once in a while here in Canada. But when I was in the Philippines, I play at least once a month with my friends and my colleagues and my client. They say that playing golf with your client can win projects. And would say I have a lot of friends back home
He does.
from my high school days, my batchmates, and my neighbors. I like watching movies. I think that's what I like to do.
So, I want to start off with the Philippines because you were born there. And I want to ask you about what it was like to live there and growing up in your family life. What was it like? Because it's different now.
Uh, Life in the Philippines is, I would say, it's fun and it's challenging. It's not boring because I have lots of friends and I kept myself busy with work and hanging out with my friends, my colleagues. I used to be a project manager in a construction company, so I meet a lot of people and I hang out with my partners. I hang out with my friends and my brothers in the fraternity. That's my life back home when I was working in the field of construction.
Before you keep going, maybe we can reverse back to like when you were a child. So what
Oh,
was your life? What were you born? Where were you born? And who was living in your household? And what was it like living
okay, I was
in your early
born
childhood?
in a small town of Guagua, province of Pampanga. We live small barangay in Betis. We used to stay in an old house of my mother's parents. And then we moved to my father's place in Lubao, where my grandparents from my father's side used to live with my uncles and aunts. And I did went to school in Sacred Heart Academy from kindergarten years and until grade 2. Then I moved to school in Lubao. From then I went to Don Bosco Academy in Bacolor on my high school years.
And Don Bosco's an all boys school, right?
Yes,
Yes.
and
And my kuya actually went there too, but I think it's a different one, right?
different location.
Yeah.
So during my grade school days, I used to be representing the school in some competition academically.
Like what subjects?
Uh, Not be surprised, I would say I was an English
Oh,
contestant
period. Really?
and I did contests at library science.
Wow, I didn't know this.
Yeah, and I got so many awards
Okay, okay.
and some medals. And I represented my school in a division level, which I won a bronze medal. So, meaning
Mm-hmm.
from my district, I won first place, then I moved to a division level. So, I would be thinking thanking my aunt, Lola Dong,
I love Lilidong. I
for
miss her so
coaching
much.
me and giving me all those lectures every Saturday. 1 hour or 2 hours of studying with her every Saturday. But it gave me some recognition for myself. The thing that I will not forget is the very first question that allowed me to win the bronze medal.
Which is,
The question was, what was the award given to Corazon C. Aquino on her presidency? And the answer to the question is the Nobel Peace Prize Award. That question gave me the bronze medal, which I brought the medal back home and shared it with my family.
and what did your family say?
Of course, they appreciated, you know, the recognition I gave the school and my family.
And Lilidong helped you through everything?
Yeah, that's why every Saturday I spent 2 hours with her studying questions, answers, trivia questions, something like that.
And Lilidong was a teacher,
Yes.
so that helped a lot as well. And if you're listening to this, Lilidong, hello, I miss you so much. Hopefully you get to listen to my podcast somehow, but we love you very, very much.
I can add something like Lola Dong is a math teacher
Oh yeah,
also, and she used to have this folder type kind of multiplication, addition, subtraction, division table, wherein you have to answer that table every now and then. And I think that leads me to my career as an engineer,
period.
because engineer means dealing with math.
I was gonna ask you, um, at what point in your education did you decide to become an engineer? Was it really young, or was it when you were in college,
When
or
I was already up to entering my college years already, initially my friends went to a school in Manila taking an entrance exam for course that leads to marketing and business. And when my dad knew that we took an entrance exam to business marketing courses, he said, "Why? Why not go to engineering?" Then I went to Mapua to apply, and I did pass the requirement to become freshman for engineering courses. That's where this engineering came into the picture.
did anyone in your family ever influence you or want you to be an engineer, or was it all you? And
It's nobody influenced me to become an engineer. Maybe it's the way I want to see myself in the industry of construction. Maybe I'm into the forte of building something that would make you realize that you can do this from ground to a structure that would put some name to that building, that, oh, I built this one and it's my would be my legacy.
that's so cool. Did you always like math? Did you always enjoy the subjects that had to do with engineering?
Enjoying math is not, I would say, how would I say it? Nobody likes math, I would say, in general, but you have to focus and you have to enjoy dealing with numbers. As a simple suggestion for everybody who wants to take math, or for all those who hate math, math should be dealt with knowing the principle how to solve it, not to memorize the solution. You have to know the process of solving it. You cannot solve the problem by memorizing the formula. Cannot. But when I was taking my about to take my board exam in engineering, I memorized all the formula actually.
Girl.
So in my small room in Manila, I all those formulas in the washroom, above my bed, on my table, everywhere.
That's so funny because that's how I studied too.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
I have some in small, like they call it, index card.
yeah.
Like, you write everything there, and every time I will review and try to memorize them.
Mm. Fun fact about me, I don't like math. Growing up, my dad would always help me with math, and I would always cry at the dinner table. And I remember he always used to tell me as well, don't memorize the formula, memorize the principle always. I think it actually helps too. Like even in my other subjects, I use that advice all the time. So I think it's very beautiful. I love that. That was your leading up to engineering story. What was your first ever job as a engineer in the Philippines?
It was in 1997. As a newly grad from engineering, I was assigned in a project in the southern part of Manila. The travel time from Manila to that location is about 2 to 3 hours. I was still a bachelor.
How old were you
I
in
was, I think,
1997?
21 or
Oh wow.
22. So from my home place in Pampanga, I woke up at 3 a.m., take the bus at 4 a.m., reach the construction site, I think, at 8 a.m. That's every Monday.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Because you guys know how bad the traffic is in the Philippines. It's insane.
But
So,
that's why I need to wake up early and then take the bus in like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning to avoid the traffic. So I spent, I think, 7 months, 8 months of my first career as engineer in that location.
and what did you build exactly?
It was a galvanizing plant in Batangas.
Wow.
Right now, it's still there. They're producing like iron sheet for houses, produces metal cladding, and yeah. So that's where I applied those learning from school to the actual field of engineering.
So before we go on, I want to ask, did you already meet mom at this time?
Not yet. I met your mom when I was now assigned on my, I think, second project from that province. Then I was assigned in Manila, I think, on my second project. I was, I think, 23 years old or 24. I can't remember anymore. Those were the months or year that I met your mom.
And how did you guys meet?
I used to live in a, we call it boarding house. I used to live there where she eventually stayed for during her college years. I wasn't there anymore. I was living in another apartment while I working on my second project. But since my old friends are still there in that first apartment, so I visited that apartment. Then I met your mom.
I'm going to go back to your work life. I wanted to ask, because I know you built a lot of really cool things back at home. I want everyone to know the things that you built. So, you built a college, or you were the head engineer for that one,
Yeah, I
right?
was the
Engineer.
head campus engineer in a school setting. It's a newly established university in south of Manila. It's called De La Salle Canlubang.
And it's crazy because they told me that if we never moved here, then that's the school that my brother and I would be going to. And I was like, that's so cool because my dad would be like the head engineer and I'd be like the daughter in the school. I'd be like, yes, that's me. We actually visited the place when we went back home 2 years ago. And that was my first time ever seeing it. And I can't believe he like helped build it. Yeah, everyone knows him. Like when we were there, all he like said hi to all his old coworkers, and they even got me like a bag and everything. So what was it like to visit your friends again?
Of course, since I really made what they call this, I made friends. Whenever I go, I made friends. So I was there for I think 5 6 years, and they welcomed me. So when I came back after 6 7 years, they welcomed me because I work well with them, and I my job there was to provide them with the services that the school needs. So all department requests coming from them, I need to provide them with their services. So I think they like working with me, and I like working with them. So it's a mutual relationship.
I think yeah, I think he was very well liked. They all really loved him. He knew like everyone. We would visit like door to door and everyone knew him. So, you built that or that was one of your bigger projects. And then you also built an airport, right?
Yeah. So the Clark International Airport. That's the first facility that uses the boarding bridges. So I was able to build that terminal with the two boarding bridges. It was, I think it was 6 months, 7 months project. It's 24 hours shift.
24 hours?
Yeah, so I have
What?
two sets of crew, morning and then in the evening. So I work, I would say, 20 hours for almost every day,
Did you
except
go home or did you sleep on the
I
site?
sometimes sleep in the car.
Oh my god.
I stayed on site until maybe 10 p.m. and then go home by 11, go back to work maybe 6. After, sometimes I drop you to school.
Oh, so I was born by then.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
and I was in school.
yeah, so before I
Okay.
go to the work, I drop you off first, then I go to work.
Oh.
So yeah, so the project was successful, and after completing the project, so airlines, able to use the facility.
What was the airport called again?
Clark International Airport.
That's pretty cool. I think that's one of his biggest flexes. I feel like building an airport is crazy.
Since I had an experience in doing an airport, my company assigned me to another airport project in
Okay.
Manila. It's the renovation retrofitting of the Ninoy Aquino International Airport Terminal 3.
Wow. Okay. How was that like, that project?
Oh, it's also a 24 hours construction project for
Mm-hmm.
another 6 7 months of continuous work while the airport is in operation.
While it
So
was in operation? So people
yes,
were like flying in and out and you were also building it at the same time.
yes,
Damn. That's pretty cool. I wanted to talk about fatherhood as well because while you're working a lot of hours, but you're also raising me and Kuya at the same time.
yes, that's right.
So I want to talk about Kuya first because he was your firstborn child in 2001. Um, when did you and mom, or how should I say this? What was his birth story like, I guess?
Kuya or Andre, at one point we live in a house in Cavite because I was also working as a consultant for a university in Cavite, De La Salle, Dasmariñas. So we rented a small house. So Andre was, I think, 2 years old at the time. Yeah, so we brought him there because I cannot just travel every Monday, go back Monday from Pampanga to Cavite. That's another 3 to 4 hours of travel time. And at that time, I don't have any car. So might as well bring my family with me in Cavite. And yeah, I think we stayed there for I think a year, if I remember it right. And then I think we stayed in Muntinlupa. During that time, I was already working for De La Salle, Canlubang. Muntinlupa City is probably 1 hour travel time to De La Salle, Canlubang in Laguna.
And having Kuya, what was that like being a father for the first time?
Of course, it's, I would say, very memorable and very, I was say, happy to go home from work because
You have
I
a kid
would I
now.
would see my son waiting for me, shouting my name, dad, dad, dad. So yeah, so I was excited to go home.
And then fast forward to 2004, that's when I was born.
Yes, that's right.
And I know my birth story was very crazy. Do
Yes.
you mind sharing with the audience how I was born?
Yeah, so in 2004, Sophie was born on October 9. And in 2004, also in October 16 to be exact, my dad passed away. Weeks before that, my dad was already in a hospital. So just imagine my dad was in a hospital. It's kind of sad. Same time, I go to another hospital where my wife will give birth to my daughter, Sophie. So it's a mixed emotion.
So during my mom's labor, my grandpa was in terminal illness.
Something like that.
Yeah, so my dad was basically going back and forth from his dad to his wife. So he was like sad and happy, sad and happy. Yeah, ultimately I was born on October 9th, and then his dad passed away how many days after?
16,
On the
like
16th.
a week.
So what was going through your head?
I cannot explain, but my emotion just, you know, crazy.
Mm.
You go to hospital, you feel kind of excited to see your second child, and go to another hospital like about 20 minutes driving time, and you will change your emotion to see your dad on a hospital bed, without any assurance that he can live longer. That's the kind of emotion that I felt during, I think, for almost 3 4 days.
Mhm.
But of course, I need to accept the fact that I'm trying to welcome a new life, but I have to accept the fact that another life would end. And being a child to a father, which we were very very close, because we sleep in a small bed with my sister and my mom. So, like, how can we just sleep together in one bed? That closeness. Okay,
Mhm.
so that's why I it's an acceptance that I need to consider that life is short. And the thing that troubled me at that time is, what if I did not pursue my engineering career? If I was a doctor, could I be of help to my dad to,
I didn't know that.
to help him, recover from whatever illness he has?
Mm.
That's the kind of thinking if I was a doctor, not an engineer.
Wow. I didn't even know that. That's really wow. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
Let's fast forward now to when me and Kuya were a little bit older. What would you say were some of your successes and challenges of raising Kuya and I in the Philippines?
Uh,
Especially because you were working a lot as well.
yeah, racing. I think racing you and Kuya, I would say, I would be very thankful to your mom, to my in-laws, and to my parents, because most of the days that I was not with you guys, you were with my parents and my in-laws because I was working,
Hmm.
right? So, but I tried to provide whatever needs you like. We tried to bring you every week to your favorite store, Jollibee.
Jollibee.
Okay, so that's my role, to drive you around, go to the mall. That's why I was trying to get at least a comfortable car when we go around, from my very first car to my second car, to a small car, to a bigger
We went through a lot
car,
of cars.
to a brand new car, something like that. So
Yeah.
I just want you to be comfortable in life, which I would
I really
say I
was.
wasn't able to
What?
kind of experience it during my my younger years. But
Oh.
I would be very proud for my tatang, because in a way he tried to provide me with a car, because I said I want a car. So he tried to produce one, and I was very happy that he was able to provide me a car at the time.
Did you say he produced one? Like he made one for you?
No, no, not
Oh.
produce one, but he was able to at least buy one. Right? It's
Hmm.
not brand new, but I would say I was happy. I can
Yeah.
call I have a car.
So that was what it was like raising us. And I do remember all the cars. We would always go to like the car dealership stores, and every time we got a new car, I'd be so happy. And yeah, I loved my childhood so much. So,
But remember, before we got the car, we used this Jeep,
oh yeah, the yellow Jeep.
the yellow Jeep, right? That's right until now. The Jeep is still there in
It
Betis.
is. It's very rusty now. It's very old and
Yeah, but memories are there.
And that Jeep was Lola Tatang's Jeep, right?
That's Lolo
Yeah,
Tatang's
that was
jeep.
his dad's Jeep.
Yeah.
And my grandpa, which I talked about in my other episode, that's the Jeep that he used to bring me in to go to school, and it's just been like a big family like symbol, or not symbol, but memorabilia. Yeah. So that was our early childhood. I remember when I was a kid, I didn't really understand what you were doing for work wise. I just knew you had to leave for work really early. And I remember you would have to leave really early, like 4 in the morning. And I would be really sad to see you go to work. I remember even before we slept one night, I remember hugging you and saying that I will keep my arm here so that you won't escape to go to work. And then you would end up leaving for work, and I'd be really sad when I woke up. I just didn't understand what you were doing, but now that I do, I think it's just I thank you for all the hard work, and I understand why you did that now. So I wanted to ask how you felt having to be away from us for so much time.
It doesn't make any difference because my dad Tatang used to do that. So he goes to work in Manila while we were in Lubao. He do that every week for the past, I think, 20 years or more.
He was an engineer too, right?
No, he is a production manager for a food company in Manila. So I used to see him leave us same thing like 4 o'clock in the morning on every Monday, and then he goes home on a Saturday evening. So it's a repeated, thing for the 20-25 years of our
Mm-hmm.
life. Then when I entered into college, now I go with him on a Monday morning to Manila, and then we go home together on every Saturday from Manila to our place in Lubao. So that's why I most of the time, like when I was in college, in 5 years I was with him, traveling back and forth Manila to our province. And it doesn't make any difference when I was working already in the southern part of Manila and you are in Pampanga, so north to south. So it's the same setup that I used to see with my dad.
Did you ever feel like you were missing out because you were always away?
Of course, because of
Yeah.
course, when you were young, I would like to see you go to school. I would like to see you go back from school, right? But
Mhm.
since I have to work, I cannot do that.
And then you also mentioned how much your travel time was. That's crazy because you would leave really early and then you would have to go to the traffic in Manila and then all the way to your site every single morning for years. Yeah, we got to see you on over I don't remember, but over the weekend we saw you
Yeah, that's
apparently.
right.
Yeah. That was your work life with kids when we were first born, and we were living in Mabalacat at this time now. Let's fast forward to when we moved to Canada. So you and mom decided to immigrate to Canada when I was around 6, 5, and Kuya was like 8,
That's
right?
right.
So what made you decide to come to Canada?
In 2007, I had the chance to visit Vancouver in Canada with my mom and with your kuya Andre. So we stayed here for a month, and it was, I think, in April. So the weather was kind of still cold but windy and sunny, and the sun is up until 9 o'clock in the evening. So it's very bright.
Springtime?
Yeah,
So
springtime.
if you guys can imagine, that's really different from the Philippines.
Yeah,
Very, very different.
and the transportation, everything. I find it very welcoming to kids that can grow in this in Canada. And during those days that I was in Canada, people try to call me if I want to apply for a position in their company. Oh, I said, I think it's easy to find a job here.
Yeah.
So when I went back home after that 1 month of stay, I decided uh, it's better to bring my family in Canada, and yeah,
Hmm.
that's what I where I decided to migrate.
And your sister was already living here when
Yes,
you went there. Is that
Yeah,
the main reason why you went there in 2007?
yeah, it's one of the reason. And then, of course, my mom is with my sister, so might as well be in Canada just to be with
Mhm.
everybody, right?
Yeah. So you were very just attracted to the life here and the
Yeah,
opportunities.
yeah,
So you went back home, and at this time, it was me and my mom living in the Philippines by ourselves
yeah.
because you
During
left for a
that
bit.
1 month of stay,
Yeah.
yeah,
And then ultimately, you guys decided to come here. And what was that decision like? Was it hard? Did you have to like negotiate the documentation and the planning?
the, there would be a lot of documentation, of course, and I have to let go of my life in Manila, in the Philippines. I have to say goodbye to my friends, to my colleagues, to my company, because I would be not be a part of the company that I used to work before, right? So I would start a new life.
Mhm. When I was a kid, I didn't know what this all meant. I just thought we were coming to Canada, and it's like, wow, we're like here. I was so excited to have like, live in a new place, be on an airplane, go to school, be with the snow, be in a bathtub for the first time. I didn't realize how heavy of a decision that probably was for you guys. And especially since you had to leave your work, I didn't realize also how heavy that might have impacted you, especially because you were so close to everyone you worked with and you were so close to your job and your career titles and all your positions. So it took me a while to really appreciate that. So I think that's really cool
Yeah,
and all
that's
the
right.
sacrifices. And when we first moved here, you had to start from the bottom. Like you were literally like washing windows at hotels at like 11 p.m.
Yeah, that's right.
You can talk a bit about that. What your first careers here, yeah.
So they would call this thing a survival job. I first heard of this from my uncle who lives here in Canada for years already. At one time he told me that, oh, if you go there you should, you know, do survival job. At the time I was not really aware what is meant by survival job. Okay. So when we first came here, I realized that I really have to work. Okay, but nobody will hire me because of so many factors. They should be assured that I can speak English well
Mhm.
and I would know the industry practice here. And they would always ask you if you have Canadian experience. They would ask you if you are have a driving license here. So
Mhm.
I don't have any of those things. I only have local experience back home, but I can speak English, of course. Um, that's why hunting job for a couple of months when we migrated here, I couldn't hardly find a job that, you know, fits my experience and background back home. So I have to take what they call survival job, which
And
is
what
I
was
have
your first
to,
one?
I have to go to downtown Vancouver, go into a building and then clean the kitchen, clean the restaurant, clean the washrooms.
I remember during New Year, I
Yes,
remember New Year you had to like leave or we had to no, you had
it
work
was
that
on
night, right?
a Christmas
Yeah,
dinner.
Christmas.
After dinner, I have to leave for work
Yeah.
because it's my shift. I cannot exchange shift because it's assigned to me on a weekend
Mhm.
and also on the New Year's Eve. Okay, it was my first time working on those important days as a Filipino.
How did you feel working those jobs? Like that transition from being in a really high position to
It was a challenging job because I do used to do that, but I know how to clean, right? But
Mhm.
of course, it's a totally different thing. I used to manage people. I used to give instruction, but now I have to do this job because I need to.
Mhm.
That's why they call it survival job.
Mhm.
Survival job, you have to do it. At the same time, you have to look for ways to bridge yourself to the position or the job that you really want to do.
Mhm. And you weren't even getting paid that much either compared to now, right?
That's
So that
right.
was also another challenge.
Here in
Also, I wanted
Canada.
to ask like the whole shift from Philippines to Canada and leaving your old life behind, not even just jobs, but like family and the traditions, the culture, and just knowing that your kids wouldn't grow up in the same culture as you. How did that feel for you?
Since you're still young when you migrate to Canada, so you don't really know the difference between living in the Philippines and living in Canada, right? At the same time, you would find the weather here more comfortable, and I would say it's much safer living here in Canada. Also, the educational system, I would say,
Mm-hmm.
would be much better. Family wise, we're okay because my family are here, my relatives are here. So
Yeah, we were very lucky that
yeah,
Tita Lelaine lived here already, so she was able to help us with
yeah.
everything in the transition. And
And then
then
of course you have to you're with your cousins,
yeah.
so you can grow up together,
Mm-hmm.
right?
And then just going back to the whole leaving your old life behind, how long do you think it took you to fully adjust to
Actually, it
everything?
was kind of temporary in nature because I left the Philippines in 2011, and then I decided to go back. I think 8 months after,
Mm-hmm.
to go back there and work. So I mean, I don't really miss those days that I was in the Philippines.
It didn't really feel like forever yet, kind of. Not really.
Not really. So there was a decision that has to be made at that time, a very tough decision to leave you behind. The thing is, I brought you here, then I have to leave you behind.
Yeah.
I have to go back home and work.
Okay, so what he's talking about here is we immigrated to Canada. Yeah, a few months later, he made the choice to go back to the Philippines to work there. So, what did you like when we came here? Did you already have that in mind? Like, oh, I'm gonna go back and work, or
No, no, I really plan to stay here and find a job and buy our own car, look for our own place to live, give you the life that fits you for to grow up, and then of course be with my family here. And yeah, so that was the plan. But again, in landing for the right job for me, I tried to apply, but nobody would hire my services. So I have to somehow decide on what to do, and it was just a timing, I would say. During those months I'm searching for job here, my boss back home sent me an email, offered me something that I may not able to resist. The offer was just, you know, too overwhelming that you cannot say no.
mm,
And so I thought about it. I talked to your mom about it. So she said okay. And the only thing that I did try to negotiate with the company was to include in my compensation package free travel every 6 months with allowances. So that's what I asked them to add to my salary package, which they did. They agreed.
mhm.
So I left Canada in 2012, I think,
So
in
just a
March,
year after we
April,
yeah.
and then I have to as my benefit package to fly at least twice a year to
Mm-hmm.
be with you guys. Okay, that's what happened.
Yeah. And at the time, I didn't understand anything. I was just like, why is he leaving? Like, we just came here, and I was crying like every single time he would go home. And I didn't understand. Like, I knew he had to work, but I didn't know why for real. So whenever he would go home, I remember crying all the time. And when he would come back, I would be so excited. And he would stay for like a couple months, 2 weeks. I
Two
forgot.
weeks, three
So
weeks.
short, yeah. And those 2 to 3 weeks were like the best times ever. And then he would go back home, and I would also I'll cry again. And I remember all the airport trips were very sad, but I didn't understand it at the time. So now I do, and I appreciate it, and I understand why we had to do it now. So for you, like going back home all the time, how did that affect you, and all that
The
stuff?
the the first time I went back home in April of 2012, the moment that the airplane closes its door, I said, that's it. I can no longer step out of the airplane and cancel my trip. Okay, so it was a very sad day for me and fly 12 hours without listening to any music inside the airplane because I'm trying to, to accept the fact that I would be away with my family for the next 4 or 5 months. And I was already looking forward for August to come because that was my first fly back to Canada in August because that was my wife's, your mom's birthday.
Mm-hmm.
So I made sure that the company who got me back to give me a flight return ticket to Canada in August,
Mm-hmm.
and that happened.
Yeah, so he came back in August, and we were all so excited. I remember like every time we would always be in the airport, and the taxi ride home would be so fun. And I remember you the other day you were talking about like how when you were in the airplane or something, you got really emotional because or no, you were in Lubao, you went back to the Lubao house and then you saw like our pictures and you got really sad.
Yeah, so because
Yeah.
nobody's home.
Yeah.
My mom is here. My sister is here. All of you are here. So nobody in Lubao. Only the memories, your pictures on the wall. So I think I arrived in our house in Lubao around 5 p.m. in the afternoon.
That's when you landed from that same flight, right? Like the first
Yes,
flight?
yes.
Yeah.
So upon entering our home, I have to, turn
Just rotate,
those
turn
rotate
around
those
all the
picture
pictures.
frame, and that I want see your
Oh,
beautiful faces because
that's
it
so
made me cry.
sad.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so what I did is to call my friends in Lubao, and then we spend the night and maybe until wee hours of the morning because I cannot sleep. So
Really?
I was with my friends because I need to remove the sadness. So I called your ninongs. Uh, Shout out to
I'll
Ian,
send this to
June,
them.
Joel, Alan, Dong, Jojo. So I called them. So we went to a small place in Lubao. We spent the night singing karaoke. They have to, cheer me
Oh,
up
that I didn't know that.
because I was so sad and yeah, just to,
So I bet going to work at the actual site must have been sad too, right?
that kept me busy.
Oh, it did.
That kept me
Okay.
busy.
There we
That
go.
kept me like, forget about, you know, some to move away the emotions. So that kept me busy.
Mm.
So I just work, keep me busy.
I also feel like in your motivation to work must have been really strong too.
Yeah.
So, because you're working for us at the end of the day. So I think that also helped you, right?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. So then you came back and then you had to go back again and again. So
Yes.
how many trips
I
total was
think
that?
maybe six because I was there for 3 years.
Hmm.
So six
So
trips.
that was the deal, right? Was it
Yes.
like six? Was it
That was
six?
the deal,
Okay.
and part of the arrangement is I think you flew back to the Philippines twice during those years,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So that's why we made some arrangement that you can fly back home, right? And then I can fly back twice a year. So it
Mhm.
made that period shorten,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah, we were able to have some vacations like
Yes.
during this time. But yeah, that was a big part of my childhood, like him going back home, back and forth. And I was always crying, like I said. And my mom also, she was like literally a single mom during this entire time, so shout out to her. Like she even moved we moved houses like during this time all by herself, which is crazy. I remember she would always have to go to like Western Union to get money from my dad that he'd send. And yeah, I didn't understand what we were doing, but I'm so grateful for all the sacrifices that they did. And now we all live together. So and he doesn't go back home anymore, and he has a job here. So yeah, 2015. Yeah. So did it get easier for you going back home after each time?
Meaning those 3 years.
Yeah.
Um, it's kind of course, it's exciting to fly back to see you guys, right? and at the same time, I have to leave for work again after 2 weeks. So it became a usual thing already. I mean, I have to work for you guys. I have to, continue my career there, rejoin my friends, go back to what I used to do there. That's why I learned to play golf just to keep me busy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Aw.
So I need to find something to do on weekends.
Is that where your golf journey started? Just because
Yes.
of that?
It's part of it.
Oh.
Because what will I do on weekends? Right?
Yeah.
So no work on weekends. So I need to find something to do so that I won't miss you guys really bad. Right?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's fast forward to when you're here for permanently now. You're done your contract and you're with us now. How did that feel?
Of course, I need to face the reality that I need to be in Canada with you guys.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to really find the job that I was looking for. So it's not really easy actually from 2015 to 2017. I finally got my job as an engineer, not really engineer, but as a construction guy in 2018, I would say. So from 2015 to 2018, I did not work again on cleaning stuff, right? But I did work on a company like Amazon.
Like more official titles, I
Official
guess. Yeah.
title,
Oh, I remember his
so it's a
Amazon
regular
days.
regular hour job, not on midnight job. It's challenging, but it's also at the same time very, in a way, helpful to build my career because
Yeah.
at Amazon there was a program. If you stayed with them for 2 years, you can they can give you like a scholarship grant, which I availed.
Mm-hmm.
So I grabbed that opportunity. I strive hard to be with them for 2 years. So I used that grant to go to school. I went to BCIT to bridge myself to the construction
Yes.
industry. So I work 4 days in a week at Amazon,
Mm-hmm.
and then I go to school 5 times a week
Yeah.
at the BCIT.
Okay, I'll stop you right there before we get onto your like education stuff. So if y'all remember, I used to wear like a lot of Amazon stuff. If you guys remember my Amazon hoodies and my Amazon lanyard and my Amazon zip up, that's because my dad used to work at Amazon. And yeah, I didn't realize how tough it was. And I was like, wait, why is he working at Amazon? Like, why isn't he working at a construction site? But now I get it. So, yeah, like you were saying, you enrolled yourself back to school. And then I remember when you said that, I was like so sad again because that means you'd have to leave again. And I was like, why is he going back to school? But now I get it. So you went to BCIT. You were in which campus? You were in the
And Burnaby
Burnaby
campus.
campus specifically. And what did you apply for? Which program?
I took the construction operation program. It's 8 or 9 courses.
Per
Uh,
semester?
no, no, it's like I think total of 4 or 5 semesters. It's up to you. If you want to finish it immediately, you can take 5 courses at a time. So what I did, since I like studying, I was still really into learning. So I took 5 courses in
He's
one
crazy. He's
semester.
crazy for that.
And then I was still working at Amazon. So I
Yeah.
really don't know how I was to do it.
I don't know
Sleeping
why.
late, waking up early, studying in between, in between meal, but I was able to do it.
So he
But
was literally working at Amazon and then raising a family and also taking an engineering course with a 5 course load. I don't get it, but he was able to do it. So when I complain about my school, I'm like, wait, why am I complaining? Like my dad literally did that. So how did you balance that?
I think discipline and dedication and love for my family. It's not just completing the courses. I think I excelled.
No, he did. He literally graduated with honors, I think.
I I think that the the distinction was certificate in this field with high distinction.
Yeah. And you were also tutoring someone in English at the same time.
Yeah, there was this course, I mean English teaching, English writing course. I don't know why my professor called my attention. He said, "Hey, Alan, can you help this lady? She's struggling in English. So I saw your paperwork. You were good. So can you help her?" So I said, "Oh yeah, sir, I can do that."
I'm pretty sure your experience with engineering back at home, since you have so much experience, I guess that also helped, right? You already knew the basics.
Yes.
Yeah. And how long was your program in total then?
I
I
think it
forgot.
took me almost less than 2 years to finish the program. On my second term, I just took, I think, three courses. And then on my last term, I think two, then down to one.
Mm-hmm.
Because I cannot do what I have done on the first semester of taking five courses.
No, yeah, that's crazy. I remember specifically in our old house, he would always be at his desk and he had this like specific pink lamp and with his laptop and he would also be having the TV on at the same time. And you were doing homework, right?
Yes.
That was homework. I thought he was doing work the whole time, but no, that was him studying. And he was literally studying downstairs and I didn't know what he was doing at the time, but now I really like it's just crazy how much he was doing balancing all that. So that was pretty cool. So you graduated with BCIT, and then you were also at VCC, right? At the
Yes.
same time too.
So meaning
Oh
in
my
one
god,
term,
guys.
six courses.
Yeah.
At one term, five courses at BCIT and one course at BCC on the same term,
Oh my goodness.
and work
So,
while working.
and raising a family and trying like groceries and all, but like I don't know, all that stuff. So that's insane. Eventually, you graduated and got your certifications, and then you were able to apply to better jobs now. So
That's right.
you were able to work at your first official engineering job through
Yeah,
that.
so I was hired as a site superintendent at a company in Burnaby. It's a finishing sub trade. I was with that company for I think 3 or 4 months, but I need to finish the program at BCIT, so I decided to focus on my school activities. At the same time, on that period, I was hired by a company in Coquitlam, which gave me the position, my title, which I was looking for as a project manager. So from
Mm,
then on, I already established myself in Canada as a project manager.
period.
So I was so excited in getting that position. They gave me a business card with my name on it as a project manager.
Yay.
So from then on, I was able to work on a company already, like one or two or three companies as project manager. So right now, my current title and position is a project manager.
And now at this point, you were also seeing me and Kuya every day now, so
That's right.
it must have been easier for you in that way. And now you're able to provide for us as well, so that's also really nice. Seeing me and Kuya like older, what has been some challenges and some happy moments for you now that you were able to see us at older stages?
Yeah, you're already on the age of you're grown ups, right? So you know how life is now, how tough life is, how hard, but how life how good this life is, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you have your own life now. You can go to the mall now, right? You go to your own thing with your friends, right? So we used to go to the mall together, but not anymore, right? We used to go to grocery together, but not anymore.
I still
So
go with you sometimes.
sometimes, right?
Actually, I go with actually I go with you all the time
Yeah,
to Walmart.
right. So
Yeah.
you have your own set of friends. So yeah, you're grown up. You're in
Yeah.
college. Both of you and we are in college. So soon you'll be graduating and having your own career, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's give us like some kind of accomplishment for
Yeah.
me and your mom, right?
Mm-hmm.
So eventually you would already be having your own family, you're gonna be doing the same thing what we did, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, we're happy. We're happy that we're proud of you and Kuya. You cook your own food, right? You do your own laundry, right? So
Hmm.
yeah, so you buy your own stuff now with your own money, right? So you yeah, that's it.
And then I want to say, take this time to say thank you again because I'm able to grow up in a much better environment than we probably would have if we stayed in the Philippines. So I want to thank you for that. Just on a final note, where do you see yourself in the future?
To be with you guys, all right? To be with the family. We try to be as close as possible, which I used to be with my family. We're very, very close. We live in a small house. Right now, you would imagine how we were able to stay in that old, little, and memorable house in Lubao,
I
right?
miss that house so much.
Yeah, and how we managed to be in a yellow jeep
Mm-hmm.
going from the province to Manila, and how we end up living in Canada, how we struggled, how we face the challenges. The only thing that keeps me in my memory is the message that my tatang gave me when I did pass my board exam on during the Thanksgiving dinner. He said, "Just stay humble." Okay, that's what he told me. That is still within me. Stay humble.
Mm.
Okay, whatever you have achieved so far, just be humble, and of course, try to help others. Okay, so you should not be, you know, forget the things that what brought you here and what made your life as you are right now, but still stay humble
That's so cute.
and don't forget your friends. Don't forget those people that help you, along the way.
Mm.
Be good to yourself and be good to others. For as long as you don't harm others, then you'll be fine. And Lolo Tatang is a very humble guy. Everybody loves him back home because he used to say jokes.
Mm-hmm.
He has a sense of humor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's why they love him so much.
Mm-hmm. That's so cute. I'm just so sad I never got to see him. So I'm glad that you get to tell stories like this about him and you get to mention him on here. So, are there any final words that you want to say?
Shout out to my mom, Lola Nati. Shout out to my sister, Lalaine. Um, to my sister family, my brother-in-law Jovan. You'll be next on the podcast, so you be
Yes.
ready. So my sister Lane, you'll also be next. Don't practice, just be spontaneous.
Yeah, I think my
Okay,
dad did a
just be
good job.
yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, don't memorize your lines. All right, and then who else? Maybe Shella, your Tita Shella will be next.
I'm so
Okay,
excited.
so I would say don't use the word like.
Oh,
Don't say the word. What else?
I'm still working on not saying like. I say like
Okay.
so much. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's my first time doing. I did not practice.
He didn't. I texted him a long message of all the things we're going to talk about, and he said, no, I'm not going to look at them. I want
Yeah,
it to be a conversation.
yeah.
So I'm very proud of him. He
No,
did so
no,
good.
nobody really know that I can be a good, what do you call that,
Speaker?
a speaker,
Very
or
good.
and I sometimes I'm a good writer when it has to. I can be a good writer. On the legal point of view, I can also
Oh,
write legal. You know,
he's
I,
very into his politics.
yeah.
Oh my gosh. He's always watching like the news. He's always up to date with his court hearings, current event. Yeah, he's a very smart man. He knows a lot of things. Thank you for being on the podcast tonight. It is currently 12:19 a.m.
All
and
right.
he is going to sleep because he
Not
has
yet, not
oh,
yet. I will watch Netflix.
oh, okay, yeah, he'll watch his Netflix and he'll bring me to work tomorrow
Yeah, that's right.
and my mom also. So, yeah, thank you so much for being here with us. I hope you guys enjoyed hearing my dad's story and how he overcame all his struggles in the Philippines and raising a family and immigrating here and all that stuff. I hope that it inspires people out there. And also the words from his dad, I hope that inspires you guys as well because it also inspires me. And yeah, thank you.
All right.
Thank you,
So
Dad. Love you so much.
love you. Have a good night. Talk to you soon.
Okay.